Idris Hester on our meditation music this morning. Thank you so much, Idris. So good to have you in the house this morning, along with our amazing house band. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Agape Spiritual Center. It is so good to feel you. So grateful that you all tuned in this morning. Hey, we are here celebrating the divine presence that's in everything, everyone, including you. So, once again, welcome. We got an amazing house band with us this morning. We got Curtis Bird on drums, Idris Hester, as you heard, on our percussion this morning, David Neal on guitar, Andre Berry on the bass, and Mitch Foreman on our keys. It's his birthday today, so it's a special day celebrating him. And we got Jamie Lula in the house. Hey, Daniel Neiman's with us today. We're loving up Reverend Michael. I'm Marianne Lewis. It's my pleasure to welcome you all here. So let's sing together. Hey. All right, you got your dance on. We're gonna rise together as the one light and celebrate that we are rising up with all that we need. Gonna rise together as the one light as we liberate, calling on freedom to rise as one. We're gonna move together as a one light and celebrate. We can take our steps with all that we need. We're gonna move together as a one light as we liberate, calling on freedom to move as one. We're gonna love together as a one light and celebrate. We can love each other with all we need. Gonna love together as a one light as we liberate, calling on freedom to love as one. Let's take it up. We're gonna sing together as a one light and celebrate. We can sing our song from all that we need. We're gonna sing together as a one light as we liberate, calling on freedom to sing as one. We're gonna live together as a one light and celebrate. We are living now from all that we need. Gonna live together as a one light as we liberate, calling on freedom to live as one. We're gonna rise together as a one light and celebrate. We are rising up with all that we need. Gonna rise together as a one light as we liberate, calling on the freedom to rise, freedom to move as one, freedom to love as one, freedom to sing as one, freedom to live as one, freedom to rise as one. Yes, we are one. Yes. Let's play a little more of that. And it's time now for us to just continue to marinate in that energy of the music. We're going to bring forth our meditative thought in a moment. Hey, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Mitch Foreman's birthday today. We're rising in the one light, celebrating. We are rising with all that we need. Rising up in the one light, liberate, calling on freedom to rise as one. We're gonna move together in the one light and celebrate. We are taking every step with all we need. Gonna move together as a one light and liberate. Calling on freedom to move as one. Yes, it's time to rise in the one light. Celebrate. Rising up with all that we need. Gonna rise together as a one light as we liberate. Calling on freedom to rise, freedom to move as one, freedom to sing as one, freedom to love, freedom to rise as one.
Thank you very much, Marianne. Thank you all for that one life, that one power, and that one presence. Good morning, all. My name is Sandra, Reverend Sandra Teresa, and I will be delivering, reading, sharing with you the meditative thought for the day. Learning to live in the present moment doesn't require long years on the planet, let alone lifetimes. What is necessary is a willingness to enter into the depth of living without pushing anything away. The very moment in which you are reading these words can be one of waking up, not because of what I have written, but because of the totality of your realization that this very moment is momentous, because it is pregnant with the possibility of your awakening. Written in and through our beloved Reverend Bernard Beckwith. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Sandra. So grateful for her. Well, once again, welcome everyone to Agape. It's a good day today, and we're thankful that you're here with us. It's time for our congregational song called Use Me. And if you're joining us for the first time, the words are on the screen, and we'd love for you to follow along with us. Sing from your heart, and feel free to stand at this time in our service, which we do when we're all together. Stand for these beautiful words of the Spirit. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show. To think God was the Son, God is the Son, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator and makes all things new. God needs us to shine
Good morning, beautiful souls of divine light who are tuning in. I'm Reverend Coco Stewart, and we're going to be blessed in a moment by Daniel Neiman streaming in from Orange County, California. That's where he lives. He's a singer, songwriter, producer, humanitarian. He has performed his original music for over 1 million people. His songs are recorded and performed all over the world on a weekly basis. And recent media appearances of his music have included Saturday Night Live, The Voice, American Idol, Super Bowl, and The Today Show. So you're in for a treat. Daniel Neiman is brilliant. Let's hear from him now.
Hello, Agape. It's Daniel Neiman. I'm here in my home studio in Orange County, California, just about 35 miles south of you guys. Happy New Year to you. Doesn't it feel, finally, like a new year, like a new day, like we're rounding a bend and heading for a different kind of home? I'm looking forward to it, kind of savoring the feeling. New administration. There's a new feeling in the air. I was thinking about Dr. King recently on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I gave a little talk, a little presentation about him. And then I started talking about his beloved eldest daughter, Yolanda, who I had the honor of knowing and working with a little bit. Yolanda was a dignified, proud, talented, beautiful, strong, smart woman. She knew her place in history. She knew how to use her voice to make the world a better place, to move an audience, and to honor her parents' legacy. And thinking about her now comes to mind a song of mine that she really enjoyed. How cool is that? And it feels like an appropriate song for the moment. We here in America have been through something of a ringer. It's been a tough stretch of time. But I do think Dr. King, Coretta, Yolanda, and so many others lead the way with the simple awareness, the simple sharing that our love, our kindness, our openness, our willingness, our generosity, that's the stuff of a better world. One choice at a time, one day at a time, one conversation at a time, one relationship at a time. Opening up here opens up everywhere. So, in honor of Yolanda and her daddy, and in honor of you, the good people of Agape, and in honor of a new president and a new dawn for the United States and the world, here is a song that I wrote a while back called God's Name. When I watch the news, it makes me cry for all of the anger I see. So many souls believing the lie that hatred is all they can be. So I take the chance to offer my prayer, to whisper the truth. And I believe today is the day that my message gets through. That we are all children of the God of love. We are all meant to be instruments
the same. There is only one, 'cause everyone is born with God's name. So the question becomes, where do we start? How do we heal so much pain? The answer is clear. We open our hearts and let love wash away every stain. 'Cause peace in our time begins with a smile, with one open hand. And when we teach by example, the world is sure to understand that we are all children of the God of love. We are all meant to be instruments of peace. There's no us or them, foe or friend. We are all the same. There is only one, 'cause everyone is born with God's name. Well, sometimes it seems so useless to try, so futile to dream. But remember, the power of creation lies in what we believe. 'Cause we are all children of the God of love. We are all meant to be instruments of peace. There's no us or them, foe or friend. We are all the same. There is only one, 'cause everyone is born with God's name. There is only one, 'cause everyone is born with God's name. With God's name. Thank you.
Yes, the magnificent Daniel Neiman, so beautiful. And he spoke of Yolanda King, and you know, she was a member of Agape when she was alive. So thank you so much for bringing that up. And let's appreciate our own house band. Yes, so we have Mitch Foreman, we have David Neal, Andre Berry, Curtis Bird, and we're welcoming Idris back. Love you, Idris. Welcome. Glad you're here. Welcome and love to you. I'm Reverend Coco Stewart. I am delighted to be your hosting minister this bright, gorgeous day that God has created out of your brilliant, pristine being to illuminate and to radiate its own heart throughout the universe. So welcome to Agape. Reverend Dr. Michael is not right here right now. We'll hear more from him later. You'll be interested to hear. And he will be back next Sunday. And as always, when Reverend Michael is traveling or not in the pulpit, he leaves a brilliant, bright, beautiful consciousness, an energy that is pristine through the heart of love and light and wisdom and joy. I could go on. I'm watching. And today is no exception. We have our own brilliant Reverend Suzi Lula, who is with us speaking today. I hesitate to say she's the guest speaker. She's been a member of Agape for quite a long time, and I'll say a little bit more about her later, but we have our own brilliant Reverend Suzi here today, so I'm very grateful. If this is your first time worshiping with us at Agape, as someone told you about us, or you just happened to come across this in your twirlings through the universe, so to speak, we'd like to thank you for making Agape your place of worship today. And I'm going to invite you to stand up right where you are and to receive a global welcome. We have people, if you're live streaming, you can see on the chat all the people tuning in. It's global. I know it is. So we see you in the mind of God that is our mind. We sense you in our heart. We feel you in our soul. And we turn our love in your direction and we say, and the practitioners are tuning in saying, we recognize you. You are a spiritual emanation of peace, love, spiritual intelligence, and divine beauty. I welcome you here to discover a whole new way of being your real self in this world, in this life, in this here, and in this now, through the energy of agape love, unconditional love. So we welcome you, we love you, we bless you, and of course we invite you to come back around whenever you so feel moved by the Spirit to do so. So love and blessings to each and every one of you. You can wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a hug, because that's what we would do if you were here physically with us. So accept the love. Thank you so much. Thank you. So as I mentioned, we have Agape licensed spiritual practitioners. That's the first ecclesiastical order of the church. In some churches, it's like a lay minister. They are the people that hold consciousness, so work with people, spiritual therapists, pray with people, activate a divine consciousness of being for the souls they sit with and for all life. So they're holding agape. They're holding prayer vigil, and they're on the love stream. They're under the direction and leadership of Reverend Kathleen and Reverend Jason Mitchell. They're maintaining an unbroken awareness of the presence of God, and I am truly grateful for all the Agape licensed spiritual practitioners who practice and play what they pray. And right now, bringing forth and representing that field of consciousness is Agape licensed spiritual practitioner Colette Foster Groves. Colette.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. Hello, Agape, Agape Nation. Reverend Michael's theme for this month is Soulful Success Robbery. Is soulful success robbery, limitation, and hindrance not included? Our speaker today is the powerful Reverend Suzi Lula, and her topic is permission to thrive. This morning, I had the joy of facilitating our meditation with music by practitioner, my brother, Idris Hester. And today, our musical inspiration is the fabulous Daniel Neiman. Licensed practitioners are currently holding prayer vigil and engaging with you in the comments of this broadcast on Facebook Live. You are invited to share any prayer request there or contact our prayer ministry directly. Now, our flower dedication to Helen Ann Hayes Groves. Thank you as a mother, as a grandmommy and hostess with the mostest to all who entered your loving home. 2 years ago this day, we watched your last physical breath, only to know that now, Spirit breathes you stronger through us all in love and legacy. In gratitude and grace, Colette, Chaz, and Amari Foster Groves. Now it is time for our affirmations. I invite you, if you're able, to please stand and repeat them aloud after me, line by line. I am here to deliver my gifts and follow my bliss. Today, I simply and joyfully present myself for the good of God to express. Divine love is made visible through my presence in my workplace. The prospering energy of pure spirit blesses every aspect of my being. Sincerity and earnestness give me wings on my spiritual journey. I believe, I receive, and I am grateful for it. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Great job. You may now be seated. Agape's purpose statement, now 34 years strong. Our purpose as an intentional spiritual community is to be a living environment for individuals to realize that they are unique emanations of God, the love intelligence governing the universe. We embody an understanding of our oneness with God, and we consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through the New Thought, Ageless Wisdom teachings and the energy of unconditional love, we are committed to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence on the planet. Simply, we are here for God. Our selected reading is taken from the book 40-Day Mind Fast Soul Feast by our own Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. It is day 11, entitled, Set Your Imagination on Fire. As you begin to hone and refine your imagining and visioning skills, you will increase your ability to see beyond the outer appearances of life's circumstances. How do you do this? By treating yourself as you wish others to treat you. Respond to yourself as you desire the universe to respond to you. Examine your thoughts and feelings, looking honestly at their contents. For this is what you invite to enter into your awareness, your consciousness. What is your inner dialogue with yourself about yourself? Throughout the day, keep a mental diary of your inner conversations. Then, at night, enter them into your journal. Gradually, you will see a pattern emerging, which will guide you in making any necessary changes. Establish a firm intention within yourself. Declare to yourself with absolute assurance that your faith is in one power, one presence, one life. Say this with passion, intensity, and confidence. Allow your thoughts, words, and actions to revolve around this conviction. As you deliberately focus on your oneness with Spirit, inviting it to be the truth in which your consciousness is rooted, your imagining and visioning skills will be positively impacted, expanding your self-acquaintanceship and interactions with your world. Today, begin to live a life filled with the eternal verities of the Spirit, expressing beyond what you can now imagine. you will discover that your imagination is a stepping stone to waking up to what you always had been true about you. So please join me to take a moment to turn within. How grateful I am for this moment right here, right now. How grateful I am to be at the Agape International Spiritual Center with all of its holdings and unfoldings happening in the mind of God. How grateful I am for Reverend Michael's yes. Yes. His yes in English, his yes in French, which is oui, and his yes in Spanish, in Espanol. Together, yes, we see. Beyond language, beyond borders, across the cosmos, oneness echoes eternal. And from this firmament of gratitude, I know that God is all there is, always, all days, yesterday, today, tomorrow, and forever. This essence breathes us all, as each and every one of us are individual expressions of the one. One, we are in this United States of consciousness. One, we are together, always, breathing through God, as we each can only do. And blessing this service. A blessing is this time to bless Reverend Michael. For right where he is, God is, we are, because we are always one. Blessing the Agape International Spiritual Center, its ministers, ministries, the Practitioner Corps, the musicians, our incredible staff, and all of us that are participants and congregants in this thing called life. And blessing our beloved speaker today, Reverend Suzi Lula. Yes, there is a lot of Lula love in the house today. And Reverend Suzi brings that impact, that vivaciousness, that sparkly light that only she can when she comes to the pulpit. Sparkling imagination, sparkling beyond imagination, sparkling to be on the mission to give us all permission to thrive in her own unique and divine way. And I know this is already done. Something wonderful is happening right here, right now, and I let it be so. And so it is. Amen. Thank you.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Come on, y'all. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. 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 We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Come on! We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing.
Marvelous. Thank you so much. So that's Jamie Lula, and of course, Marianne Lewis, director of the music ministry. And as Colette referred to, a lot of Lula love in the house. So now you know, like I said, maybe Reverend Suzi and Jamie, maybe they're related. Yes, indeed they are. Through William, their son. I got it. Okay. Love to you, Agape. Thank you so much, Colette, for your part in this. And as you know, Agape always has a lot going on. There's always so much that we love to bring forth in service to God, in service to joy, in service. And the function and the energy of Agape being Agape is an ongoing thing. So I'm inviting our own Agape practitioner, Lynn Alicia Henderson, to come forth to give us some highlights of what's coming up this week.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. We are the harvest we reap. Woohoo! Good morning, Agape. So as Reverend Coco said, there's so many amazing things happening here. So please make sure you visit the Agape website, Agape Live, for more details on everything. And all the times are Pacific time. Thank you very much. Now, if you missed Agape's New Year's Intensive, The Sovereign Soul, Meditation, Visioning, and Activation with Reverend Michael, you can still purchase access to the archive until January 31st. It is available 24/7, so you can watch and revisit Rev's dynamic teachings, meditation, visioning, and activations as often as you like. So take this opportunity to begin your 2021 in the high vibration of powerful intention setting and engage in powerful spiritual practices and technologies that vibrationally align us to the truth of our being. Yes? Excellent. Today, Teen Agape is open online at 11:15 a.m. You can still join, connect with like-minded teens, engage in transformational processes, and learn how to live the principles of Agape. Click the Teen Agape banner on the website for more information and to join. And hey, get your Agape Youth Fun Packs filled with inspirational activities to support your child's spiritual learning and practice. We have expanded the live classes to include preteens ages 9 to 13 at 2 p.m. and children ages 3 to 8 at 3:30. Both are live Zoom with singing, music, and more. So join the email revleon@agapelive.com. Yes? We? See? Woohoo! Okay. Agape has daily morning prayer at 8 a.m. and noon meditation offerings to support you spiritually during your safer at home period. Go to Agape Live at home for more details. And listen, do you feel the need to talk to someone? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Crisis Support Clinic will be in session tomorrow. Email us at crisissupport@agapelive.com to set up your 20-minute appointment. The clinic is open from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., and it's offered on a love offering basis to the community of Agape, or at large. Now, as we approach the official start date for the 24th annual Season for Nonviolence, which begins January 30th and completes on April 4th, our Friday night spiritual community gatherings will focus on content and engage in discussions each week around the subject of nonviolence. The Season for Nonviolence commemorates Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King, reminding all about the practice of nonviolence to help bring about peace in our world, especially significant for our world today. Now, Reverend Cheryl Ward, she will be our guest for the opening this Friday, January 29th at 5:30 p.m. Please join us by signing up at the scg@agapelive.com. Together, we can truly help to create a world that works for all. See? We? Bueno. Now, Agape University, they're inviting you to save these dates for classes. Coming soon, we have 3 transformational classes open to all and also required classes for both the practitioner and the prayer programs. We have the Physics of Prayer, 5 Saturdays beginning February 13th, and Inclusivity, that's a new class, 5 Wednesdays beginning February 17th, and the Life Visioning Process, 8 Tuesdays beginning February 23rd. More information, including registration, will be available on our website, agapelive.com, next week. And Agape Nation, how has being a part of the beloved community changed your life? Has Reverend Michael's teaching enhanced your practice or helped you to find purpose? Yes, of course. Well, what's your testimony? We want to know your story and all the great work that you're doing in the world. We'll share your Agape miracle. So make sure you upload your 2-minute video by using the banner on the Agape website. Yes? Excellent. Hey, are you dancing with the Rev? Yes. When you look in the cosmos, the planets, that's the dance of spirit, God dancing. All of it's happening with nature, and we are here to participate. So send us your 1-minute video dancing during a Sunday service, uploaded at the banner on the Agape website, and you may see yourself dance with the Rev on social media and on Sundays. See? Excellent. Now, while this is not an Agape event, this does benefit Agape. So here's a special offer from Reverend Michael and his dear friend and longtime supporter of Agape, Mary Morrissey.
Hi, Agape. Mary Morrissey here. Dr. Michael and I have been friends since the late 1980s, and so we have created something together that I think will be a very, very special offer for you. I'm known in the world as the expert in dream building. Lots of people dream, but understanding the art and the science of dream building is another matter. And so I do an annual event, and it is called Dream Builder Live, where we do a 3-day adventure into the art and science of dream building, where you leave with a crystal clear vision for your life over the next 3 years and an understanding of the physics of how to transform your current conditions into the results that you have dreamed up. So normally the tickets are $1,197. We have people coming already from over 35 countries. And we reserved a special number of tickets for the Agape community, not at $1,197, at $97 each. So if this sounds good to you, you can take a look at the opportunity. Go to dreambuilderlive.com/agape. At dreambuilderlive.com/agape. So here's to your best next decade. And if you'd love support with that, then I'll see you at Dream Builder Live. I want to give a big hug to Dr. Michael Beckwith and your whole community. Thanks.
And in addition, a portion of your ticket purchase will be donated to Agape. What a wonderful way to both support yourself and our spiritual community. So go to dreambuilderlive.com/agape to register. All right, Agape, until next time, peace and blessings.
Awesome. That's right. Thank you, Lynn Alicia. And let's hear from Reverend Michael.
Peace and richest blessings to you, my sweet and powerful and magnificent Agape nation. Today's a glorious day. It's a day that you woke up surrounded by a field of infinite potential, infinite possibilities that all lie within your very soul. Today will be the offering of the Reverend Suzi Lula, who will bring forth the message, David Neiman, the music, Marianne Lewis and her crew bringing the soulful sounds of Agape. And you. Presently, I'm at the Rhythmia Life Advancement Center. We're in a bubble here, as secure as that bubble was in the NBA playoffs. I get to teach here for the next few days, and then I'll see you next Sunday. In the meantime, continue to stay prayed up, stay out of fear, stay in love, pray for your community called Agape, take care of it, hold it in your heart that it continues to thrive in a most powerful way during unprecedented times. That's why we are here. Peace and richest blessings.
Yay. Love seeing Reverend Michael. Love and blessings. They watched the earlier service. I'm not sure if they're tuning in now, but love hearing from all of them there. So in a minute, we're going to hear from Daniel Neiman, our next musical inspiration. I want to introduce Reverend Suzi right now so she can just step up into that powerful vibration that Daniel lays down for us. So Reverend Suzi is a very long time Agape member. Actually, probably I should have asked her how long, but a long time. And she's been a spiritual therapist and Agape licensed practitioner for a very long time also. And she is the author of the book, The Motherhood Evolution. And as I shared this morning, I actually still remember standing with her in the parking lot at Buckingham when we had some kind of book signing. There were a lot of authors with a lot of books, and she didn't have a book at that time. And I remember I turned to her and said, I think there's something for you, or I made a remark. I made some sort of remark. And so I'm really happy that she has this book. Reverend Suzi is an Agape master teacher. She also is a servant of the infinite by serving on the board of trustees for Agape. And just this year, she graduated from the Michael Bernard Beckwith School of Ministry. And I am so thrilled to be the one to introduce her, to welcome her to the stage after Daniel Neiman sung for her first, I believe, speaking engagement here as an Agape minister. So she will be up here momentarily. Daniel.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think ready for my next thing to do. Yeah, oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I've survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be all right, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do, yeah. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new. So get ready. Get ready, my soul.
Get ready, my soul. Prepare your soul. Thank you, Daniel Neiman, for setting such a beautiful tone. So allow your mind to rest in your heart. Allow your heart to open and ready your soul. So I'm deeply grateful to get to be with you all today. My Agape family, you are my spiritual family. And I'm deeply grateful to get to gather collectively with all of you from around the globe together in collective family of choice. So welcome, rest, relax, but participate, because I come with a question. So I'm going to ask you right where you are, right where you're seated, to either raise your hand or maybe write in the chat. Have you ever played small in your life? Have you ever maybe dimmed yourself down just a little bit to maybe make someone next to you feel a little less uncomfortable? If you have, maybe write that in the chat box, maybe raise your hand high wherever you're seated, wherever you're watching from. If you've ever played small. So this month, Reverend Michael has been speaking about soulful success. And last week, he said, in order to achieve true soulful success, you first need to have a dream. And then he asked, do any of you remember? He said, is it a bodacious dream? Do you have a bodacious dream? Just asking, ask yourself. So last week, I was part of our Board of Trustees had a retreat with Reverend Michael, and he was taking us through a visioning process. And I was feeling into my own dream. During that visioning process, I was feeling so good. I was feeling so good about my life. I'm in a chapter of my life right now where I'm just feeling really comfortable in my own skin. I'm feeling really good about how I'm showing up in my life, how I'm showing up in my marriage with my husband, Jamie. I think he and I have walked 5 miles a day almost since the first day of COVID, and we're getting closer, more deeply connected. I'm feeling really grateful about how I'm showing up in my parenting with our son, Will. He's just blossoming into such a stellar young adult. And I'm feeling really good about how I'm showing up for my clients and in my business. It's just exploding right now. I have, though, a few friends who are going through challenges, and I'm feeling really good about the friend that I'm showing up as for them. And I'm feeling really good in the privacy of my own inner consciousness. So I want this for you all as well. So I'm going to ask you right where you are, just take a moment and gently close your eyes. Find a space in your life, find a place in your life, hunt for a place and a space in your life where you feel really authentically good about you. It doesn't have to be some big, huge event. Something that's meaningful, something that's real and authentic, a place and a way that you feel good. Perhaps you love nature. Perhaps you feel really good when you're with your animal, the way that you treat your animal and the love, the unconditional, pure feeling that you have for that animal. Perhaps you are connecting with your own kindness. Perhaps you're working on being a little more self-compassionate in your life. Wherever it is, find that space, find that place where you authentically feel good. Allow yourself to feel good right now. Don't hold it back. Feel what it feels like. Feel those tonic chemicals in your body temple. Feel good. So I was feeling good last week at this retreat. I was feeling expanded. I was feeling very open-hearted. Until Reverend Michael said, and now it's time for us to share with each other. And in that very moment, I heard this loud, booming voice, as if it was literally a person in my room saying to me, "You can't share that. Are you crazy? Are you insane? You can't share how good you're feeling right now because you're going to sound so arrogant. You don't want to sound arrogant. You don't want to sound like you're being all that. And besides, maybe someone else on the board are going through a challenge. And you can't be like all kumbaya while somebody else is just going through their challenge. So don't really need to share all of that." And then there was a voice. It was a little more quiet. It was actually a whisper, and it was like a tapping on my own shoulder. Maybe you've experienced this. And it said, "Don't share all of that. Be sensitive. What if they judge you? What if they think you're being arrogant? So just tone it down just a little." So I'm asking you, have you been in the midst of your own authentically good feeling? You're feeling good. It's authentic, it's real, it's your dream, it's your calling, it's prompting you, and you're so connected to it. And then in the blink of an eye, in the snap of a finger, all of a sudden, you're feeling railroaded by your own thoughts in your own mind. Maybe it's coming from your past. Maybe it's coming from conditioning. Maybe there is something in the outer world, in the circumstances and situations in your life. It's something that's trying to railroad you, trying to distract you, trying to get you off course, trying to have you speak up just a little less. Or maybe it's having you speak up just a little too much in that moment. Maybe it's telling you, don't be so sparkly, don't be so glittery. Maybe it's telling you to keep your sparkles under a bushel. Has this ever been you? This is what was happening for me, and this is why I love the word thrive. Permission to thrive. I love the word thrive, first of all, because it's a verb. It's an action. But I love the definition of the word thrive. The definition of the word thrive is to flourish vigorously. And I love this definition because it gives us permission not only to flourish, but to flourish vigorously. So I don't know about you all, but I want to flourish in my life. And I want to flourish vigorously in my life. Don't you? And I love the second definition of thrive, maybe even more than the first, because it says to thrive is to flourish vigorously in the midst of and in spite of the situations and circumstances happening in your life. So it's giving us permission that even when you're experiencing the thoughts in your own mind, even when you're experiencing your own past conditioning, even when you're experiencing perhaps a challenge, a situation, a circumstance that's happening in your outer life, the very definition of thriving is telling us to flourish vigorously in spite of and in the midst of any challenge. Why is this so important? This is so important. It's a metaphysical principle. It's a quantum principle in the very definition. Because we are taught either or. We live in a dualistic world. Either everything's good, nothing's challenging is happening, or We can get so caught up in the challenges. We can identify with the thoughts we're having about the challenges, the situations, and the circumstances in our life that it takes us down. We downward spiral because of the thoughts we're having about the situations and circumstances. And the very definition of to thrive is giving us permission not to have to resist, not to have to deny, not to have to pretend that there are no situations or challenges happening in our lives. It's telling us to rise up in the midst of the challenges. It's telling us to rise up in spite of the challenges. It's telling us to rise up because of the challenges. Are you with me? Are you understanding that? When you make that decision to rise up, that is a high vibration. When you decide to elevate your life in the midst of whatever's happening, to expand your life, to flourish, to blossom, to bloom, to sail, to shine, to soar in your life, in the midst of whatever might be happening, what happens is that these two things are holding the same, they're occupying the same space. So you're not needing to deny what's happening. That's happening. But the very choice that you are making to rise up because of it allows you to lift that vibration up. It allows your body temple in mind, emotion, and spirit, and physically to be realigned and to be recalibrated. When you make the decision to flourish in the midst of whatever is happening in your life, your body temple, your nervous system is recalibrated. In that very moment, your nervous system calms. In that very moment, the brain synapses and the wiring in your brain chemistry changes. It's lifted up. You experience an alignment inside. You experience a realignment inside. You experience a recalibration inside of your consciousness. And what do we know about the universe? The universe is a reflective universe. The universe is a mirroring universe. And so the universe, when we are realigned from the inside out, it begins to mirror that. And so it begins to recalibrate and realign everything in your outer life. So you experience synchronicity. Somebody calls with exactly the news that you need to hear. There's some breakthrough, there's some breakout, there's some opportunity that comes your way. There's an unexpected gift, there's an unexpected opening, because the universe is working with you. The universe is supporting you because the universe is infinitely generous. And it wants for us to thrive. As a board of trustees, when the global pandemic began, we all gathered together with Reverend Michael, and we made a decision in that moment. We didn't deny that there's a global pandemic happening. We didn't deny that there are individuals who are losing their jobs in this moment. We didn't shy away that there is long-standing systemic racism that needs to be addressed. And yet in the midst of it, and yet in spite of it, and yet because of it, we made a decision, a choice to rise anyway, to elevate our consciousness anyway, to flourish vigorously in the midst of and in spite of what is happening in the circumstances. And what happened? We all rose up in consciousness, and we became a larger, wider, more expansive, infinite container of God, container of love, container of infinite possibilities, container of infinite potentiality. This is here for you as well. And as we expanded, then out of that expansion, we are able to offer more prayer time every morning, more meditation time every afternoon, spiritual gatherings on Friday evenings, one from the heart clinics weekly on Mondays. out of our own yes, out of our own dedication and desire to rise and to elevate ourselves in the midst of what's happening, we expanded, we become a larger container, and therefore there is a larger container available on planet Earth for all those individuals that are in need right now, that need these teachings, that desire these teachings, that are hungry and thirsty for these teachings. Now there is a container available. This is the invitation for you. This is what is available for you. In the midst of our retreat, when in my own mind I was hearing, no, don't really share that, I knew in that moment that was my calling. In the midst of and in spite of the voices in my own mind, I knew I must share. And so I did. I shared authentically. I shared vulnerably. I shared what was real and truthful for me. And this is your invitation. Perhaps you are a parent. You have 3 kids at home, distance learning on 3 different computer screens, 3 different Zooms. Not easy. Perhaps you, as that very parent, are also needing to work from home. Not denying your challenge, not denying your situation. And though, deciding, making a commitment today, right now, to thrive anyway, in the midst of, in spite of, and because of. You make that decision. You're going to rise up, you're going to expand, elevate your consciousness so that you will bring everything up with you. Perhaps you have lost your job. Perhaps you are going through a financial challenge or a health challenge. You're making a decision that in the midst of this, that you don't need to pretend that a situation isn't happening. You know, we're not taught how to be in healthy relationship with challenges. We're not taught how to be in healthy relationships with the darkness, with the seeming darkness. We're not taught how to grapple. So we either need to push it away, we resist it, we deny it, or we get enmeshed with it. We end up living on a seesaw, so to speak. We either have to pretend that all is well because we can't really grapple with what's actually happening, or we get sucked into what's actually happening and it takes us down with it. I heard a quote a couple of weeks ago by August Wilson. And August Wilson said, "For those who dare to grapple with their demons, they cause their angels to sing." I'm going to say that again. For those who dare to grapple with your demons, you will cause your angels to sing. Now, what does that mean? That's a very quantum principle, actually. It's saying when you dare to grapple with something that's going on in your world, you're not denying it, but you're not enmeshing with it. You're daring to grapple with it. It causes your angels to sing. It causes you to rise up and elevate your consciousness. It causes your consciousness to rise into the frequency and the vibration of the angels, of the angelic realm, of the realm of oneness, of the realm of that transcendent love. That transcendent love that includes all human physical circumstances and yet and still transcends it. So this definition and this permission to thrive is giving us the permission, and it's teaching us how to have a both and experience. Never again, after today, do you need to live in an either-or paradigm. Either you're doing all well and you can't say that anything's going wrong, or you're so enmeshed in the circumstance that you can't find your way to vigorously thriving, vigorously flourishing. Today, you have the permission for a both and. So I did. I shared at that retreat. And for the rest of the weekend, I felt so good. Why? Because I was true to myself. Most of us watched the inauguration last week. And what I was really enamored with, caught by, was the 22-year-old poet, Amanda Gorman, 22 years old. And I saw an interview with her, with Anderson Cooper, after the inauguration. And she was talking about her process with writing that poem. And she had said that since November, she was, intensely researching and putting it all together. And then January 6th happened with the insurrection of our Capitol. And she grappled with whether or not to include that in the poem. She grappled. She didn't deny it. She didn't get caught up in it. She grappled with it. And she said that the moment she knew, the moment she decided to include that in the poem, was the moment that everything wove itself together, and we got to experience that poem. She said also, with those last 3 lines of the poem, dawn blooms when we are brave enough to see it, when we are brave enough to be it. She said she also grappled with that last line. Was it going to be too much? And I love that she said that, and I love that she shared that. She shared herself vulnerably and authentically, that she wondered, was it going to be too much? Have you ever wondered whether you were going to be just a little too much? I know I have. Am I going to tell people I love God this much? So she grappled with it, and she decided, of course, yes, it must be included. We needed to hear it, and we do need to hear it, and we are the beneficiaries. We are the recipients of her yes. She felt that prompting, she grappled with it, and she was true to it. She didn't abort her own calling. She was true to it. She was present to it. She gave it voice. She gave it artistry. And it's a living, breathing word for all of us now. So that whole weekend after the retreat, I was feeling so good that I had shared authentically. I was buzzing, I was vibrating the whole weekend. I felt so alive. And that Sunday, I had a spiritual awakening. I had a spiritual experience. I was meditating, and I felt like I was so high, I was so elevated, that I was literally at the height of the moon. It was like I was on the moon, and I was so high, I was able to look down and see all of Earth. I was so high, I was so elevated, I could look down, and I could see myself. And I could see every moment in my life that I have ever put a ceiling over my own self. And I could see that every ceiling I've ever put over my own self was an illusion. I could see that there is no ceiling. Every ceiling is an illusion. And then my heart just kind of broke open, because I was so high, I was so elevated, I could see all of Earth, and I could see all of humanity. And I could see you, and I could see me, and I could see us together at how we all collectively and individually place ceilings over our own selves that are not really there. There are no ceilings. That is an illusion. It broke my heart to see a humanity of us putting ceilings over ourselves that aren't really there. So the next question to all of us is, are we willing to break out and break through our own self-imposed illusional ceilings today? If you are, please raise that hand, stand up right where you are, write in the chat box, yes. Yes, 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 and more yes. I'm willing to break through my own self-imposed ceilings, my own self-imposed limitations. Because when you're on the moon looking down at the earth, when you're at the top of a mountain and you're standing on top of a mountain, there's no ceiling above you. The sky is limitless. There's no walls around you. There's no borders. You are free. You are liberated. You are unencumbered. You are connected to an unlimited source and supply that has no end, but is endlessly, generatively, generously supporting you. So see yourself right now breaking through, breaking out of any perceived barriers, any perceived limits, any perceived borders, any perceived boxes that you have ever placed yourself in. Feel it in your body right now. You're breaking out and you're breaking through. Not even the power of your own mind can keep you small. Not even the power of your own limited thinking anymore can keep your sparkles hidden under a bushel. Today is the day we each and all decide to sparkle. Today is the day that we each and all decide to glitter in the midst of and whatever is happening. Today is the day that we each and all decide. We decide, we choose, it's our mandate, we accept it, to vigorously flourish in the midst of, in spite of, and because of what's happening. Life is short. It goes by in a nanosecond. We don't have a moment to waste. There's a calling within your heart. There's a prompting. There's a destiny. There's a purpose. It's calling you right now. It's relentless, and it's asking you, it's giving yourself permission to break out and break through any seeming barriers and give yourself permission. So just say it aloud. I give myself permission to thrive. I give myself permission to break through any limited ceilings that I perceive I have. I give myself permission to thrive in my life. I give myself permission to thrive in the area of health. I give myself permission to thrive in the area of my finance. I give myself permission to thrive in the area of love. No more am I going to armor myself, protect myself, defend myself. I'm open-hearted. I'm open-minded. I'm whole-soully devoted to being that flourishing, vigorous, energized, elevated, bodacious dream. Accept this for yourself. I am here to thrive, you are here to thrive, and we most certainly are here to thrive together. So take a nice deep breath in, exhale, take this on. We're going to anchor it in a moment of prayer, because we want to integrate this. We want to embody this. So if it feels right to you, gently close your eyes with me. How deeply grateful I am for the permission to thrive today. How grateful I am to get to join together in collective family with our Agape family all around the globe. How grateful I am to know that each of us and all of us is here to thrive today, to vigorously flourish today, to know that there is one power, one presence, one energy. It is infinite, it is unending. It is the power and the presence of pure and perfect, unconditional love, a love that transcends conditions, a love that is so large that it embraces the conditions and simultaneously transcends the condition. It lifts us up into its pristine vibration, the vibration of pure and perfect love, of inspiration, creativity, the spiritual qualities of wisdom, guidance, wholeness, whole soul devotion, financial health, wealth, well-being, radiant, vital, dynamic health, creativity. These qualities are calling forth to be born, to be birthed from within us. They are my very nature. I know this presence of God, this presence of love. I know it to be my life. I know it to be the life of each and every one of you. I know it to be the life of our Agape family. I know it to be the life of our beloved Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. I know that we are each and all called. There is a calling upon our heart today to flourish vigorously, and I know that we individually and collectively as a family say a resounding yes. I am willing to thrive in the midst of the circumstances and situations in my life right now. Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am willing. How grateful I am to know that this is the activity that is coursing through our body temples, coursing through every cell of our body and connecting us as we are threaded and interwoven in this tapestry around planet Earth. That we are each rising up individually, and we are all rising up collectively together this day. No more hiding our sparkles under any bushels. We are open. We are open-hearted. No more protecting our hearts. Our hearts and minds are open to receive of the infinite bounty of the Christ, the Christed nature, the infinite Christ consciousness. We are available to it to lift us into its consciousness. How grateful I am to allow ourselves to be lifted, to be uplifted. And we hold in our hearts anyone that we are holding in prayer. Already, as we receive this prayer for ourselves, we're already paying it forward. If there is anyone that you are holding in your heart, in your mind, in your prayer, you can say their names out loud right where you are. Pay it forward. Pay it forward to your friends. Pay it forward to your family. Pay it forward to Reverend Michael and his teachings. Pay it forward to our beloved Agape community. I know that our beloved Agape community is thriving right now, bodaciously thriving, vigorously flourishing right now. Every staff member thriving, every minister thriving, every ministry thriving. Every practitioner, every congregant, every student, all of us individually, all of us collectively. For we have to say yes to be the calling that the Holy Spirit needs us to be. As we hold those in our hearts and prayers, we hold all of those whose names were mentioned in the earlier service. Beloved Terry, Miles, Albert, their family, for her mom, Rosalind, and anyone else whose names have been called. And we take this moment to hold in our hearts, to hold in our prayer, to hold in our consciousness the amazing beloved Hank Aaron. You may see his picture on the screen. Of course, an amazing athlete, one of the most amazing athletes to walk planet Earth. And more than that, one of the most amazing, stellar individuals to walk planet Earth, a character like no other, a man who defied racism, a man who received so much hate mail in his life for the mere color of his skin, but he defied it. He defied the hate that came to him. Thriving in the midst of his circumstances and conditions, thriving, flourishing vigorously. We hold his family in our hearts and prayers. Peace be still where they are. We give great thanks for a stellar individual as Hank Aaron. We just move into this place of our own hearts becoming available to allow these words, this song, to wash over us.
Oh, great Spirit of love, giving freely, refusing none. Oh, great Spirit of love, eternal goodness flows like a flood. Oh, great Spirit of love, giving freely, refusing none. Oh, great Spirit of love, eternal goodness flows like a flood. Love is all is love. Join us in singing the music of one and all in one. No greater blessing was known or sung. No greater blessing. Oh, great Spirit of love, giving freely, refusing none. Oh, great Spirit of love, eternal goodness flows like a flood. Eternal goodness flows like a flood.
Allow yourself right now to be flooded by that great Spirit of life, to be unabashedly, unapologetically open and receptive to the good of God. And so it is. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jamie Lula. Thank you to the house band. Okay, so I come with another question. It's time for us to be bodacious givers. So I'm asking, are you willing to be a bodacious giver? This is the time in our service when we collect an offering, a contribution, a donation. What you need to know about Agape, if you don't know it already, is that we're self-sustaining. There isn't a corporation, there isn't someone who is funding us, undergirding us. And so, underwriting, thank you. And so, it is your circulation of your good that keeps us as a family. And it keeps our ministries and our classes and Reverend Michael's teachings thriving, expanding because of your generosity. So there are many ways that you can give. The easiest, you just go to agapelive.com, and there's a tab, and you can give that way. You can text to donate, and you text the number, I hope I get this right, 424-321-6243, thank you, and you text the word give. Or you can send through snail mail, and Reverend Michael always says he loves reading that snail mail. He loves receiving it, and he does read it, and he blesses it, and he's grateful, as are we all. So when I ask about being a bodacious giver today, I'm not talking about an amount of money. I'm talking about what we were just sharing. It's an inner feeling of feeling good that you are choosing to contribute. And the amount is less relevant than the feeling inside. So you take a moment and you find the amount that has you feeling good, that has you feeling like a giver, because it will assist you to feel part of this community. It will assist you to rise in your understanding of and manifestation of prosperity, opulence, abundance, and financial health and well-being in your own life as with us. And so as you ask yourself, what will make you a bodacious giver today? You might want to stretch whatever it is that you usually give. Perhaps today is the day you're going to stretch. And if you're already used to giving, this is a day to stretch big, to stretch large. As Reverend Michael always reminds us, nothing is ever too small and nothing is ever too great, because the Holy Spirit doesn't see large and small. It only feels our heart. So give open-heartedly today, right now. What I promise and assure you is it will come back to you exponentially expanded. So while you're giving, we're going to allow our amazing Marianne Lewis and my husband and the house band to take it away.
Oh, let's all come together and sing this song. When we are united and standing strong, there is nowhere than the heart we share with one another, no other there. We are one people, breathing one air, one human family that we all share. We are one spirit, come from one mind, one heart beating, one life. One heart beating, one life. One heart beating. You see our brothers and sisters in everyone. No one's outside the circle, no us and them. Embrace our differences, see what we can learn from one another. With love we affirm. We are one people, breathing one air, one human family we can all share. We are one spirit, come from one mind, one heart beating, one life. One heart beating, one life. One heart beating. We are one people, breathing one air, one human family that we all share. We are one spirit, come from one mind, one heart beating, one life. One heart beating, one life. One heart beating, one life. Here we go. One heart beating, one life.
Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, wherever you are, right where you are, let us open our hearts and let us raise our hands. Thank you, Willard. We are blessing the offering, blessing your generosity of spirit. And we are knowing that what you have given today translates itself, manifests itself to thrive, to allow every ministry here, every staff member here to thrive, every ministry, every minister, every practitioner, and all of the good works and the classes and the teachings that Agape is all about rises and thrives because of your generosity. So we are deeply grateful for each one of you, and we are deeply grateful for all of you. And so it is. Amen. May you go forth and multiply this consciousness of prosperity, this consciousness of flourishing vigorously. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, my love.
Oh, now see, I'm up here. I didn't get a picture of that. Okay.
Thank you, Suzi
Let's
Lula.
give Reverend Suzi Lula some love and appreciation right where you are.
Yes.
Put it in the chat. Fabulous speaker. I know that you may want to be in touch with her. You can go to Suzi at SuziLula.com or her website, SuziLula.com. The other thing is everything that Jamie sang was original composition by him. So, right? Yes?
Yeah,
I
and
think.
a couple are Floyd Lula as well.
Okay, Floyd. So JamieLula.com?
JamieLula.com.
There you go. For more music.
iTunes, Spotify.
So we had a, what?
iTunes, Spotify.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And Daniel Neiman is online as well.
There you go.
Definitely check him out. We're so blessed with all of our musicians. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, band.
Everyone.
Thank you, band. So we're going to sing out, and then I'll do the benediction. Love to you. Rev will be back next week. Marianne.
Once again, feel free to stand for our benediction song. God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
So how very good it is with our hearts open, our arms held wide, our consciousness held to the highest heaven awareness. So Divine Spirit, perfect life, how very grateful I am for that which has been downloaded this day in this way, through this service at this time, for these particular souls who are tuning in, those who are visible, maybe even those in the invisible. But there's been a tuning into an absolute spiritual truth of being that now has profound resonance and reverberates throughout the cosmos. It goes throughout the bodies and beings, the hearts, the minds, the souls of everyone who is tuning in, and then as a ripple effect, it goes out upon itself, and ever more healing, ever more grace, ever more light and joyous, abundant love. As Reverend Suzi has taught us this day, permission to thrive on purpose as God's intention. It is done, it is so. So in gratitude, I let it be by saying, and so it is. We celebrate together. Amen. Amen. Love and blessings to all of you. See you next week. Rev will be back. Thank you, Mary Ann, director of our music ministry.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. Yes. Wishing you all a lovely, lovely day. In the morning, love, and the sunlight hits my eye, then something without warning, love, grows heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, what you got, Mitch Foreman? That's our birthday boy. Much love, Agape. Much love, Reverend Michael. Thank you, Jen, on sound, and thank you, Paul Bielenberg, and the whole media team. We love you.